We're driven by the search for better. But when it comes to hiring, the best way to search for a candidate isn't to search at all. Don't search, match with Indeed. Indeed is your matching and hiring platform with over 350 million global monthly visitors, according to Indeed data, and a matching engine that helps you find quality candidates fast. Leveraging over 140 million qualifications and preferences every day, Indeed's matching engine is constantly learning from your preferences. Join more than 3.5 million businesses worldwide that use Indeed to hire great talent fast. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/Blue Wire. Just go to Indeed.com/Blue Wire right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Indeed.com/Blue Wire. Terms and conditions apply. Need to hire? You need Indeed.
I'm okay. This is what I'll say. I'm okay drafting another receiver here, but dude, we can't post this board on 2013 Twitter. I'll be too scared, man.
Lift off. And when we hit this black hole, it will transport us 7 years back to the day, a place where ADP had 11 running backs going in the first 12 picks. We'll attempt a perilous landing in this high-T atmosphere. It's the 2013 fantasy football draft season. This is Remember That Game, the podcast about sporting events submerged in history that reveal inflection points relevant to today. I'm your host, Thomas Emerick, and my guest in this journey through time is a man who hosts a podcast about drafting winners, Ship Chasing's Peter Overzet. Pete, this ship is about to face not just the turbulence of a black hole in the space-time continuum, but a 2013 industry zeitgeist where running backs aren't just considered late in the first round, they are the first round. How scared are you?
I'm terrified. I feel like this is the equivalent of someone from medieval times getting transported to 2020 and being surrounded by flashing lights and technology and being discombobulated and not knowing how to survive in this new world. That's how I feel, knowing what I know now, going back to this uncharted time in 2013.
I mean, because I'm pretty freaking scared. The RB market is pushed so far to the top that if you want to safely come away with Stephen Ridley or David Wilson, you'll want to grab them in the second round. I hope you got my DM about those supplements, because when we land on the ground, the amount of testosterone in the air will be almost lethal to our careers. I mean, going receiver through the first 3 rounds in 2013, is that something you could have feasibly talked yourself into back then?
Back then, I do not know if I had enough low testosterone supplements to offset myself off of these. I know for a fact I did do a league in one of my first drafts in 2008 was my first fantasy draft. And I did take Larry Fitzgerald with my second round pick. I know I took D'Angelo Williams, I believe, with my first round pick. And I think that hints that I was ready to embrace the zero RB lifestyle and attack wide receivers early, but just didn't quite have the courage to get to where I am now.
Okay, wow, that was bumpy, but we landed, and I've been inserting T-pills just for the protection I needed from the air in the draft lobby. I want to stick to optimal anti-fragile drafting. I mean, this is an opportunity. We are basically going back in time with Biff and the Sports Almanac or a Rotoviz sub. I would think merely ditching robust RB for zero RB should give us a decent chance at instant smash, right?
Thomas, hang on. I just need to take a rip from my inhaler right now. I just saw somebody walk by in a Trent Richardson jersey, and I'm hyperventilating. I'm hyperventilating. I thought this wouldn't be as nervous as and nerve-wracking as it is, but I'm freaking the hell out right now, Thomas.
I'm getting swayed a little bit seeing that T-Rich jersey. The atmospheric T levels might get to me. Even in 2020, my path to being an industry thought leader hit a bit of a speed bump this offseason when I drafted Fournette in the Scott Fish Bowl.
Oh, no, Thomas. Tell me that's a joke. This is a bit, right? We're doing a bit?
I did it to own Silva, and I own myself. And now I'm going back here, and the part of me wants to take Richardson here at, looks like we got the number 7 draft slot. You're going to have to talk me out of this, because the 2013 zeitgeist is going to get to me periodically.
No. We can't do it. This is what we all want. We want to go back in time with the answers. We want to know the lotto numbers, the Powerball numbers, and go back in time and win. We cannot make the mistakes that our forefathers made in this draft.
Okay, that talked me up. For a second, I was thinking about maybe Doug Martin falls to us, or maybe we could get on the ground floor of IPA Twitter, but no, we are rolling through low T. I think looks like we're almost up. Okay, AP, Jamal Charles, Doug Martin, and Arian Foster. They seem like pretty locked for top 4. They're all gone. Okay, we're coming up to 7 soon. Where should we go here? Where ADP has 11 running backs in the first round.
Oh my goodness. So the heart wants to take CJ Spiller so bad. I want it, but the head says Calvin Johnson, right? With what we know now, we need to avoid these mistakes. Although Thomas, does this mess up the space-time continuum if we don't draft a running back here? I mean, we will be laughed out of this league and could affect our future selves.
Yeah, if we get laughed out of this league and then Sean Siegel finds out about anti-fragility before it happens, we could create a time paradox where we're liquidated. Essentially, in Back to the Future, where someone tells Chuck Berry that Marty McFly invented rhythm and blues, the time-space continuum, maybe it's fine in that movie, but in real life right here, we're all liquidated.
I just got really nervous thinking about this butterfly effect. I mean, if we mess this up, Thomas, there's a world where Sean Siegel is an Instagram influencer pushing his subscribers to start with 7 running backs in their draft. I don't know if we can risk that.
I don't want to live in that dark world. Okay, so I think that's good. I feel a little bit of doubt on this Calvin Johnson pick. I'm like, what do they know that I don't know? Calvin Johnson just broke the receiving record last season, and he's only going 7th. People are taking CJ Spiller over him. They must know something I don't, but at the same time, it seems like the smart pick here. All right, let's do it. And okay, going back to up next, looks like pick 18.
Hang on. I just want to make sure, who did we add? I'm still a little panicked about it.
Oh, we got Calvin Johnson.
Okay. All right. Okay. Our future selves are going to be so proud of us.
No, neither of my hands have faded. No part of my body is currently transparent. Okay, so we're still alive. The time-space continuum is still happy with us.
Hang on. Hang on. Sorry. Some guy wearing a Doug Martin jersey is coming over here, and he wants me to shotgun 2 beers with him. Do we have time for that?
Oh, no. This is a slippery slope. All right.
I'm sorry. He's getting... Woo!
Oh.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Oh, gosh. I cannot. Okay, please don't look at the draft board right now and see that Trent Richardson is still on the board somehow. He's fallen to pick 18. Please don't camp grind right now. I know you're one of the biggest camp grinders in the industry, but there is a headline out there. Cleveland Browns offensive coordinator Norv Turner thinks Trent Richardson stacks up to his other pupils, Emmitt Smith and LaDainian Tomlinson. Oh gosh.
I just got to be honest. After I shotgun that beer, I want to take a running back so damn bad. I mean, I watched Trent Richardson at Alabama. I mean, this guy was his final season, Thomas. He had 21 touchdowns. There's no way that doesn't carry over. I want 21 touchdowns on our fantasy team, man.
I want to watch those 21 touchdowns on my team.
Me too.
I mean, Norv Turner's coached some of the best running backs in the history of the game, including Emmitt Smith and LaDainian Tomlinson. And Turner thinks Trent Richardson stacks up. Now, that's not his quote, but look at this quote that comes after that. By the way, this is after the paywall. So if you're grinding before the paywall, you're going to miss all of this. Could be when grinding before the paywall goes wrong. We'll see. But this is post paywall. Just watching him and seeing him against us when I came here in October and then watching the tape, yeah, he's that type of runner. Obviously, he's the 3rd pick in the draft. I think he has a lot of great days ahead of him. I always have a problem comparing players because each guy has his own unique style. Okay. Oh, phew. That was a little more tepid. So do you think we can come back to our 2020 selves? The article goes on to say last season he rushed 267 times for 950 yards. That's only 3.5 yards a carry. Do you think we can talk ourselves into going maybe Brandon Marshall, who had like almost 200 targets last year?
Okay, well, that's what I was thinking. So on my 2013 Twitter account, I just did a poll, Brandon Marshall versus Trent Richardson, and there's a bunch of people replying to me saying I can't ignore the draft capital. He went 103 overall in the draft. Draft capital is the most important thing. There's no way I could ever take a wide receiver over him. Man, the people, they seem to know what they're talking about, Thomas.
Oh man, no, but remember, that's what they said about Leonard Fournette. They're both top 4 picks, but
Right.
and you got to think about the murmurs. Mike
The steady
Holmgren.
drumbeat.
Mike Holmgren drafted Richardson. He got the boot. Tom Coughlin drafted Fournette. He got the boot. These teams are trying to turn over a new leaf. When we go back to 2020, maybe we can go back to Scott Fishbowl right before I drafted Fournette, and I can learn this lesson. But I think here in 2013, we have all the info we need to steer away.
You're right. We can't do this. Okay, I know it's a change of scenery. I know the Colts gave up a first-round pick for him. We can't do this.
My model does heavily weigh one factor that does ADP minus where he's falling to me, and that is 60% of my model. But no, I'm going to reprogram that. I'm going back in there, making a couple tweaks. Brandon Marshall's ADP is 2 spots behind us. He got like 200 targets last year. I think we go.
I think we do it. The very first ever 0 RB build from 2013. We are pioneers. We are astronauts who have landed on the moon. We are Neil Armstrong radioing back to base camp, telling them that we have pushed to a new frontier.
This is one step for low T kind. And okay, I clicked it. Oh
Okay.
my gosh.
Oh my God.
I am getting a little nervous because Jim Irsay did just tweet something pretty bullish about Richardson. He's tweeted the earth is shaking, shock and awe coming very soon. Okay, I don't know what that means. Maybe that means Richardson's going to do well. Maybe that means Richardson's going to be traded. As a weird reference to destabilizing the Middle East. I don't know if that is bullish or bearish on Richardson, but something to think about. Either way, we're on to the next pick.
I just want to say I don't think we could ever question Jim Irsay's judgment, so we should probably pay attention to what he's tweeting.
I mean, as I've read, Ryan Grigson right now is bulletproof. So, but okay, on to the next one.
Okay.
Stay the course. The zeitgeist is getting to me a little bit. Up to the 3rd pick. Okay. Oh, looks like. Okay, we lost out on Stephen Ridley. I was really hoping to get that Patriots backfield all up in one running back.
What about David Wilson? Is that who you were going to say?
I think David Wilson has fallen to us with the 7th pick in the 3rd round. Usually he's going end of 2nd. So that's also draft capital. He's a 1st rounder. I think he's out of Coughlin's doghouse from what I've been grinding before the paywall. I think step 1, we draft Wilson. And step 2, we wait for Wilson to get out of the doghouse. I mean, what do you think?
Look, David Wilson is one of the most exciting players I have ever watched. Anytime I see him break off a big play in preseason or do a backflip in the end zone, I feel things in my body that I didn't even know I could feel. Things that make me regret ever even taking 2 wide receivers in the first place. I mean, when you watch David Wilson with the ball, you say that guy should be going 101 overall in your drafts. Damn it, Thomas, I'm relapsing again. I'm too weak to the moment.
I mean, if you watch any one of those 50 carries last season, you're ready to extrapolate. You were ready to extrapolate. But no, we got to fight against that instinct that the air in this atmosphere is just, it's telling us 3 receivers in a row. We're locked out of the CMS.
Hear me out. There are 2 quarterbacks on the board, Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers. I mean, I love having just a sick starting lineup, okay? I mean, imagine getting one of the best QBs to go with our top 2 wide receivers. I mean, how could we not win, Thomas?
I can guarantee we will win the screenshot we post on Twitter. Like, we're not getting ratioed on this screenshot. If we add Rodgers now, if we go 3 receivers, I'm gassed 4 receivers to start. We're being ratioed into oblivion.
I don't know in 2013, I don't know if my fragile psyche could handle getting ratioed like that. Now I've been through the fire. I've learned through example. I'm a hardened veteran on getting bullied on Twitter for my 0 RB kinks. But in 2013, I don't know if I have the stomach for it. We might need to. Look, I'm okay. This is what I'll say. I'm okay drafting another receiver here, but dude, we can't post this board on 2013 Twitter. I'll be too scared, man.
I'll be not only scared. 16 comments in, I can't do that for the next 2 hours. We have to get back to 2020. At the same time, you also see Demaryius Thomas is here.
Ooh.
He's in the 3rd round. His quarterback's Peyton Manning. There's also Lamar Miller here, who feels like almost the same. I mean, Daniel Thomas may have gotten more carries than him last year, but I think that's just going to change completely. I think this is the year Lamar Miller gets all the carries in Miami.
No, Thomas, now I need to pull you back in, okay?
Right.
I need to pull you back in. This is Demaryius Thomas. He's entering his 4th season. I mean, he is from the same draft class as Dez Bryant. These guys went within a couple of picks of each other. This is the prototypical size, okay? Some little dweeb just came by and said, hey, check out this site, RotoViz. You love these size speed specimens, 6'3", 220, had a huge market share at Georgia Tech. This is the guy you want to add, Thomas. I mean, I think we got to listen to it as gross as it feels to pass up on some of these other options.
All right. I clicked it. We're in on Demaryius.
Can you just read the start off for me just so my brain can process it?
Okay. So Demaryius, round 3. Brandon Marshall, round 2. Kelvin Johnson, round 1. We have 600 targets, but no carries. I'm pretty freaking scared. We may want to think about Monte Ball in round 4.
Oh. You guys pussies.
Dude, some guy in a Frank Gore jersey just walked by calling us pussies, Thomas.
Oh, gosh. So, okay, a guy in a Rashard Mendenhall jersey just called me a virgin.
Oh, my God. These guys did. I mean, don't judge a cover by its book.
Yeah.
Right?
So what? Yeah. So what if I haven't had sex yet? And I'm not talking about 2013. I'm talking about 2020. So what? Okay.
I'm shook.
Jordy's
dude.
falling to 4.
I was worried about seeing this on Twitter. We have people attacking us verbally in person.
I mean, I didn't think Twitter would get this personal already. I thought 2013 was still like a relatively congenial place, but maybe I don't remember when everything turned there. Okay, Monte Ball, rookie running back, 4th round. I'm enticed.
I'm very excited. I just pulled up my 2013 Twitter, and Brad Evans has slapped Monte Ball as his breakout pick for this year. I mean, I think it's got to be time for us to get a running back here. I mean, this is a good value on Monte Ball. I mean, talk about a nice prospect.
He is pass protecting pretty good in camp. I mean, he's kind of going up and down each day, but the last 3 days, the pass pro has him pretty good. I think Peyton Manning's going to trust this rookie. Oh, but at the same time, I can't. It's so weird that Jordy Nelson and Aaron Rodgers each missed a few games, or at least Jordy Nelson did, and then suddenly you can get him in the 4th round, even though he's Aaron Rodgers' top receiver. I don't know. I'm kind of leaning Jordy a little bit now that.
What if maybe we draft a wide receiver, and what if we just tell people what if we post it as like it's a joke, and we're like, look at what you could draft if you were an idiot.
Yeah. The bid equity here is great, right? We're not doing this. We're doing this as a joke, you guys.
This is a bit. This is what big dum-dums do who are trying to galaxy brain their way into winning a fantasy league, not knowing. How about you get the guy who carries the ball into the end zone, you dumb idiot?
Yeah. Oh, egg. Oh, Twitter egg.
Let's do it. Twitter egg 012323 Steelers fan will be so triggered that we just took Jordy Nelson here. He says Mr. Glass, he's never gonna stay healthy, dude. Our engagement will be through the roof. You know what? This is glass half empty. We're not getting ratioed. We're getting engagement.
Yes, we're in everyone's feeds now. All right, the joke's on them. We're in your feed, and no one's figured this out yet because it's only 2013. But this is how you get in the feed.
Let's do it. We're in the feed.
All right, we're in the feed with Jordy Nelson, Demaryius Thomas, Brandon Marshall, and Calvin Johnson through 4 rounds. It's amazing that coming up here in round 5, we could draft all of them and still get Antonio Brown in round 5. This is the past decade. This is 2013, and Antonio Brown is going in round 5. Again, like Jordy, he missed a few games the year before, and so did Roethlisberger, and has decided to make sure they get their running backs instead of snag Antonio Brown round 4.
Aren't you a little worried that Emmanuel Sanders is the guy there, Thomas?
And AB did miss a few games last year, which I think increases his chances of missing a few games again this year.
Yeah, and I mean, also, like, he was a round 6 pick. I don't mind taking, Demaryius Thomas, a first round, pedigree guy, but I mean, this guy, come on, not this many NFL teams would have missed on a talent like this. I don't know if I'm buying it.
I mean, the other option is Darrell Richardson for the Rams. He might end up getting some of the carries in St. Louis. And we need carry. We have 0 carries, so Darrell Richardson would bring us up to some carries.
Remind me in this league, how many wide receivers can we start?
3 receivers and a flex.
Okay, so if we just, continue doing this bit, people are going to look at our roster on Twitter and go, you can't even start the guy you took in the 5th round. Is that something people are going to say to us?
I think so. I think we're going to be invalidated the second that lineup goes up there, unless we caption it. We put in the tweet, hey, by the way, this is a bit, haha. We wouldn't go 5 receivers to start. No way. Not if we're being serious. No.
Yeah, I mean, part of me was like, what if we tried to appeal to reason and say, like, hey, we're just trying to cover our bye weeks or injury volatility and really hammer our opponents through that stretch in the wide receiver and flex positions? I don't think they'd buy it. I don't think they would.
Yeah, we could take hey, Jordy missed a few games last year. We'll want AB there for those games and the bye weeks.
That's the thing. These guys love safety, right? They love handcuffing their running backs. We're just handcuffing our 4th wide receiver. They that has to resonate with them.
It's best ball or it's redraft. They love that security. I say we still go AB. You know what the atmosphere's getting to me?
Let's do it for the bit, dude. Huge bid equity.
All right, and AB. Okay. All right, so we got AB. Yeah, so we left. Yes. Oh gosh, passed on David Wilson.
Hang on, Thomas. I need to go do just a few push-ups after starting this draft with 5 wide receivers. I'll be right back.
Okay. I'm trying this great new craft brew. It's quadruple hop. I think it will. And I'm smiling. I'm drinking it and I'm smiling. Okay.
Right.
Huh.
Now I got some testosterone and adrenaline pumping through my veins. I'm feeling a little bit better about this low T start.
So, and also, know what's making me feel better? In ADP, Noshan Moreno is like 12th round or something. I think he's around like pick 125, so maybe 10th round. He could go anywhere in that range, and not to, and this will probably get Pat Crane excited, but it could be that Noshan Moreno is the Ronald Jones of this draft, and Monte Ball is the Keyshawn Vaughn.
Wow. This reverse back in time comp. I can see it. Yeah. I mean, we do eventually have to draft a running back because I think that's a misconception that 0 running back. They think you literally draft 0 running backs. I think now's kind of our chance to get out in front of that narrative and prove that we are willing to draft maybe one running back.
Yeah. We're saying, hey, like we don't hate running backs. We want them to make money. We want them to be on a roster, but not until the 9th round when, we can get someone like Danny Woodhead who will get us beat up as our first running back. Like we could be beat up outside of Twitter if we wait till round 9, get Woodhead, round 11, and get Moreno. But I think we could also do pretty well because we do have the almanac. I think we could roll with Noshan, Joik, Bell, and Danny Woodhead later, and just loud and proud 8 receivers to start this draft.
You know what? I've heard a lot of talk about being a statement drafter. And I think it's time we make a statement. For a second I was like, let's try to win this league. But now I'm interested in the bit. I'm interested in making a statement. Screw it, dude. Let's draft receivers. Let's keep drafting receivers. I can't stop now.
We're hanging on the 25 balloons, thousands of feet up in the atmosphere, soaring over the draft. Without a harness, because that's wuss shit. No harness. We're floating. You know what? I say we don't have Peyton Manning, but let's double up Demaryius Thomas with Eric Decker. 6th round. Let's go.
While holding these balloons, I just want to look down on everyone and quote the very influential Kirk Cousins. If we die, we die. Right, Thomas?
Yes. If we die, we die. We are one step away from anti-vaxxer, but not quite there. We're just drafting a nice lineup.
Imagine ourselves in 2013. Oh, could we even begin to explain to them what this global pandemic would be like? I don't know if our running back loving brains could even wrap our heads around that concept.
We try to explain to them zero RB and the pandemic at the same time. I think right there, the time-space continuum explodes.
I agree.
As too much information for a human brain at once, especially in this atmosphere, so much testosterone. We just took Eric Decker over Rashard Mendenhall, and we are, I just tweeted that we're at wide receiver 6 in Decker, and they're ribbing us pretty good for taking Demaryius and Decker without Peyton. Decker maybe average like 1.5 points fewer per game. We're getting him 3 rounds after Demaryius, and he plays with Peyton Manning.
Wait, someone's giving. I didn't know stacking Twitter was around in 2013. I didn't know we had to worry about them. I thought we were in the clear.
Did someone else ride back in time too? Did someone else hit this time space continuum? Did Denny get through that hole as well?
Oh God! Did Denny weasel his way back in? I could. Damn it, Denny! Just stay in 2020, okay? I'm old enough to remember when you were going to take a 69-day Twitter break, and yet you had to come back because of a global pandemic. Okay, I'm fed up with this shit.
We're driven by the search for better, but when it comes to hiring, the best way to search for a candidate isn't to search at all. Don't search. Match with Indeed. Indeed is your matching and hiring platform with over 350 million global monthly visitors, according to Indeed data, and a matching engine that helps you find quality candidates fast. Leveraging over 140 million qualifications and preferences every day, Indeed's matching engine is constantly learning from your preferences. Join more than 3.5 million businesses worldwide that use Indeed to hire great talent fast. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/Blue Wire. Just go to Indeed.com/Blue Wire right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Indeed.com/Blue Wire. Terms and conditions apply. Need to hire? You need Indeed.
I did feel like I saw another ship tailing us. I thought it was just a coincidence, but that was Lester Freeman zoomed from around the corner and was not far back. Okay. Well, we are getting heckled from some other people hopefully they won't create the time paradox that we're hopefully avoiding. Round 7, and Jarvis Green Ellis is going to vacuum the carries in Cincy. He's going to fucking vacuum those carries. I don't know. It sounds enticing.
It really does. I mean, the 2020 part of me worries about his pass catching chops. But I'm sitting here, man, and I know we got the bit going. I'm just starting to get worried about not having a running back. I mean, those things are like a warm blanket you can wrap around you during the winter. I need a warm blanket right now, man. Just too many wide receivers. I'm out here freezing.
Okay. Deshaun Jackson. Deshaun Jackson's there. He's joining with Chip Kelly. Kind of interesting. I mean, the seventh receiver will be an active war on the fantasy industry, but he's probably the best deep threat in the league. And I think this season he has Michael Vick and Nick Foles. So someone's going to degaff it down the field to him. Maybe Chip Kelly's offense creates some opportunities for him. Maybe we consider Djax.
Yeah, man, wow. I hadn't even thought of it. I just assumed we were going running back here, but now that you say it, I mean, I will say this, I do prefer 2013 Deshaun Jackson in best ball, but I don't mind taking him for our managed league here.
Yes. Caveat, prefer him in best ball. I cannot be clear enough about that. But I love the upside. I think we can all agree on that. Okay. I clicked away Deshaun Jackson. And okay, I did accidentally post it to Twitter. I was so excited about it. The
replies are coming in. Someone just said, if you wanted to torch $350 on fire, why didn't you just put it in a fire pit and light it?
Yeah, I'm getting one. Okay, it was nice to see you take that suitcase of money to the top of a building. That was actually a lot nicer than what I might have expected. I'll take it. 8th round. I think we just have to commit all the way. Eight, because you know why? We got
Someone just said I have little ears. No one in my entire life has ever said that. I have little ears. We posted the draft. Why are these ad hominem attacks are they're absurd. That's not nice.
They're targeting every low-key feature of mine that didn't bother me before, that will bother me when I go back to 2020 and up until my death. And
sorry, I just want to make sure you are recovering. Someone said your throat moves weird when you breathe. How are you going to recover from that, Thomas?
I already had enough things about my appearance that made me slightly anxious. And that adds another one on that my low T level here just can't take. I'm almost actually fearful of taking Josh Gordon in the 8th round, because I mean, next thing you know, it's where my eyebrow is aligned versus my other eyebrow. Like I didn't know one eye was above the other one. I've had these eyes for 32 years. Just now I'm finding out one eye is above the other. I'm not going to stop thinking about this.
I think we mute the thread. We mute it. We get them out of here, okay? We don't block them, because then they get the satisfaction that they got under our skin. We mute them. We let them shout into the ether, and we focus on making the best possible pick for this team.
Okay, I'm inspired. I'm in, Captain. I think we got Vic Ballard here in Indy. I think he should. If he stays healthy and doesn't get injured and force the Colts to trade for Trent Richardson, could be interesting. But no, I know what happens. I'm from the future. I keep losing myself and where I am. Josh Gordon ended 2012 strong, and we just that's the ultimate. Remove the harness at 1,000 feet in the air and soar to 2,000 feet with our balloons. We're in the stratosphere, switching hands, playing little jokes, freaking out the whole nation, going wide receiver 8 times in 8 rounds.
I'm committed. We have come this far. We cannot abandon it. I don't love that Josh Gordon is going to be suspended for the first 2 games of the season. He has that history of substance abuse. It just feels like he could be out of the league at any time. I don't love the quarterback situation, but the dude's incredibly talented. I mean, I guess this is a luxury pick, right? I mean, He's not going to see our starting lineup unless a disaster scenario happens. I mean, how could this late of a pick ever find their way into our starting lineup?
Yeah, we'll have 8 receivers who end up top 36 in PPR, while only 4 of the 24 running backs going top 36 in ADP actually finished top 36. So instead of just getting bad players, we end up with good players. That is plainly our strategy. The crowd beneath us watching some of the balloons, like in Back to the Future, they're after Marty McFly plays the guitar solo. We just have to tell them, but your kids are going to love it. And we just go 8 receivers in 8 rounds.
Oh man. I mean, can you just imagine what people would say if like Josh Gordon led the league in receiving yards? I mean, can you imagine?
Well, yeah, we would finally be thought leaders.
This is our chance. I mean, no one has ever become famous by playing it safe, by doing the conventional wisdom. I mean, what if drafting 8 wide receivers is actually optimal? I mean, we're doing a bit, but like, what if it actually is optimal? We will be lauded. We will be heroes. We will be on the shoulders of giants.
I mean, we would be the first people to put thought leader in our Twitter bio after we became a thought leader.
Yeah, we could even also put in our bio that we were lifelong fans of Zero RB, even though we just started doing it.
Yeah, I'm getting this much adrenaline running through my body of how we're smashing this 2013 draft. Philip Rivers is going like 13th, 14th round ADP, actually, but he is connecting with this coach Frank Reich here in San Diego. I think that could be a good combo. Maybe that's a decent late round stash.
I don't mind that. I don't mind that. I mean, the question is just how far are we going to push this bit? I mean, how much do we want to be a part of history? Is 9 wide receivers more impressive than 8 wide receivers, or is it just the fact that we take 0 running backs? Is that what we need to maintain to make it into the record books?
I want to know what is going to help, with Ron Chernow's next book proposal. I think this is going to sell to the publisher when he writes about this 2013 draft and the courage we showed.
I know. I think we need to do it. I mean, this is an ideological draft. Okay, we can't pull the ripcord on the ideology now.
Okay, and it's in. We got Josh Gordon. I think we honestly we only need receivers. We can just log off now and hop back in that ship and get back to 2020.
I think we killed it. I think we crushed it. I think it's lit. I think it's Gucci. I think future generations are going to love this.
Okay, and we are back. Oh man. Okay, we're still here. I'm still in my apartment.
Okay. Oh, wow. Yeah. No, I'm looking around. Hang on. I need to check current ADP. Okay. Oh. Okay. Oh, yeah. 9 of the first 12 picks are running backs. Okay, maybe this is still 2013. It's hard to tell.
Man, I guess we did chip away 2 running backs. Maybe what we did was part of a slow iterative effort, or
hang on,
or maybe we're just going backwards.
I have an idea. I'm going to go to Reddit AMA and see if there's anyone doing an AMA holding up the date on a piece of paper to just officially 1 month drug and alcohol free AMA, and I'll respond as Trump. Okay, maybe I'm not going to be able to find this. Hi, I'm Sasha the Skunk AMA. All right, it doesn't look like any celebrities are doing it. My computer does say it's 9/2/2020 though, so I think we just got to trust it.
Okay, well, we made no difference in the past, but we did soar above the draft, professed low T, showed everyone a preview of how you can make some money later on.
Baby, we do it. We're going to win money. That's why we play fantasy. It's to win money. Sometimes in this exercise around the globe, I forgot that it's not about doing bits. It's not about ideological drafts. It's not becoming cemented in history as a thought leader. It's about winning that sweet, sweet, cold, hard cash.
Yeah, this trip really taught me that sometimes life is what happens between the bits. And a lot of times I lose sight of that.
It's right. I've always said, you dance like no one's watching, you sing like no one's listening, and you live like it's between the bit. It's beautiful. I have it on a throw pillow, actually.
Thanks, Peter, for coming on the program. The Deposit King. Anything you'd like to promote?
You know what? I want to promote the idea of going out on a limb, making decisions that might seem uncomfortable or are unpopular in the court of public opinion, because we are not here to win at the water cooler of fantasy Twitter. No, we are here to win fantasy championships and to win big prizes, top heavy prizes in large field contests. That is why we were brought to Earth, Thomas.
This has been another episode of Remember That Game. Please rate, review, subscribe, and check out more episodes.